Bookwallah's Teatime Tales. Here's part 2 of Beauty and the Beast.
When she went to the kitchen, a strange sight met her eyes. All the dishes, the pots and pans, the stove, and the silverware were alive. Just like the other objects she'd met. They had been upset when she'd refused to come to dinner because they were eager to impress her. They were never guests at the castle anymore. "I am a little hungry," Belle admitted. "You are?" asked Miss Potts, who had been the castle cook. "Wake the china! I'm not about to let the poor child go hungry." Belle had been hoping for a bite to eat. Instead, she got a full-blown feast. Beef and cheese, pie and pudding. Belle had never had such a meal. Her new friends treated her like a princess. After dinner, Belle wanted to explore. "It's my first time in an enchanted castle," she told the servants. Cogsworth and Lumiere led her around, showing her paintings, tapestries, and armor. "What's up there?" Belle asked when they came to a very long staircase. It was the West Wing, and everyone was forbidden to go there. Cogsworth and Lumiere tried to lead Belle in another direction, but she slipped by them and climbed the steps. Behind the door, at the top of a wreck of a room, furniture was torn apart. A painting of a handsome prince was ripped down the middle. The only thing still intact was a single rose under glass, and even its petals had started to fall off. Once the last petal fell from the rose, the spell over the castle could never be broken. But Belle didn't know about the spell. Suddenly, the beast's shadow fell over her. "Get out!" he yelled, and started to smash things. Belle ran down the stairs and past Lumiere and Cogsworth. "Promise or no promise?" she cried. "I can't stay here another minute." She dashed out the front door, grabbed her horse, and rode into the dark forest. But the forest was not safe. It was full of wolves. They chased after Belle. She tried to hold them back with a stick, but they snapped it in two. Suddenly, the beast appeared. He growled at the wolves and tossed them right and left. They bit at his neck and clawed at his fur, but he managed to fight them off. At last, the wolves ran away. Since the beast had gotten hurt while protecting her, Belle didn't feel right about leaving. She took him back to the castle and nursed his wounds. "Thank you for saving my life," she said. Day by day, the beast and Belle got to know each other better. They ate together. They played in the snow together. One day, the beast shared his library with her. She had never seen so many books. And one evening, they danced together. The servants were overjoyed. They could tell the beast was falling in love with Belle, and Belle with the beast. But Belle was very concerned about her father's health. She wanted to see him. Because the beast loved her, he decided to let her go, even though it meant he wouldn't be able to break the spell. With a last glance towards the beast, Belle left the castle and went to her father. When the villagers heard that the beast had captured Belle, they attacked the castle, even though she told them how nice he'd been. Lumiere and Cogsworth came up with a plan to defend the castle. When the villagers stormed inside, some of the enchanted furniture fell on them. Teacups poured scalding tea on their heads. Cabinet doors flew open and knocked people down. And knives and forks soared through the air. The villagers ran out of the gates screaming. But during the fighting, the beast had been badly hurt. Belle returned to the castle to find him wounded and dying. "Beast!" she cried, kneeling beside him. "Belle," he said, gasping, "you came back." He was weak, though, and soon his eyes closed. "Please don't leave me," Belle sobbed. Then just in time, she added 3 magic words. "I love you." Tiny comments showered down on the beast as Belle watched the beast's claws become hands and his fur change to human skin. He became the prince he once had been and would be again, now that Belle had broken the spell. "Belle, it's me," he said. She looked deep into his eyes. "It is you," she cried happily. Cogsworth, Lumiere, Miss Potts, Chip, and all the other servants returned to their human forms too. Belle leaned in and kissed her prince. "Are they going to live happily ever after, Mama?" Chip asked. "Of course, dear," Mrs. Potts said with a happy sigh. "Of course." The end.